Yo, it's your boy D Black Anglo-Saxon, and I'm back with one hot off the press, beaming like hot semen straight out the body. We gonna get into it real quick. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. This one here is your boy Donald Trump making a fool of himself, making a fool of the United States of America. But as I always say, we are here now because all involved parties have created the pathway for the tomfoolery to be at the levels of tomfoolery that we see now. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Your boy Donald J. Trump, go ahead, let him talk real quick and see what he got to say.
If you look at those papers, they have him stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say.
Now, I ain't gonna lie though, he do get shielded by the press. He do get shielded by the press. That's honest. That's honesty. That's honesty.
Let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming. So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked is a $3 bill.
Now, look, man, I ain't gonna really hold y'all up too long. Your boy Donald Trump is crazy. He back at it again. But the truth in the matter is, I kind of know and understand what he getting into when it comes to election interference and all of the different things that go hand in hand with it. But do I think he got a case? Absolutely not. Because unfortunately, these are the parameters that have been set within the two-party system that we have. Because if I'm gonna take a wild guess, I think he's referring to the Russia hoax that was created around his first campaign, that he was colluding with Russia, which again did turn out and happen to be false. But I do not think that warrants Obama being tried for treason. Now, that is not to say Obama has not done some very, very, very shiesty, shady things as it relates to campaigning. Because if y'all remember, matter of fact, I'll pull up the article a little bit later. But if y'all remember, your boy Obama did call certain candidates, in my Trump motherfucking voice, he did call certain candidates out to drop out during that last campaign when Biden won, to get him across that South Carolina threshold. So you remember Pete Buttigieg and a lot of other people dropped out. I want to say, did Elizabeth Warren stick in? I think she stuck in. But by that time, they had coalesced around Joe Biden, and it was in large part due to Barack Obama. So there is a lot of election interference. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to sit here and act like that, the way that we define election interference, has, some leeway and some ability to kind of, again, like I always talk about, operate in that chaos, that gray area. So it's not technically illegal, but, it is problematic, especially if we're going to talk about how our American politics is ran. But this is also the problem and why Donald Trump was able to take over. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna get into the next article to kind of go and talk to what I think he's trying to get at in terms of this art. All right, so this right here is gonna be as I told y'all, as I said, why nobody complained when Obama used Facebook data. He kind of referring to the whole Cambridge Analytica scandal. I don't know if y'all remember that, but basically that's when Facebook had taken information, or not Facebook, but the actual Cambridge Analytica actually got the user data in an unauthorized manner. And so Barack Obama was then accused, and his team was then accused of doing the exact same thing. But the pushback was that he did it in, let me see, not necessarily an illegal way, but the same platform and the same structure and the same kind of model was used. But I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. It says, remember the breathless speculation less than a year ago about whether Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg would run for president. Oh, how the mighty Zuck's image has fallen amid scandalous revelations about the social network allowing consultants for Donald Trump's presidential campaign to gain access to personal information for millions of Facebook users. Says former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon told CNN Thursday that he doesn't remember purchasing personal information from Facebook. Data firm Cambridge Analytica, where he once served as vice president. But Bannon expresses a novel version of an often used Trumpian deflection that I call BBOF, or blame Barack Obama first. In 2008, it was Google and Facebook that went to Barack Obama and met him at San Francisco airport and told him about the power of his personal data. He said, yet the great opposition party, media, never went after the Obama campaign, never went after progressive left, as they've been doing this for years. And in 2013, when I thought a data company might be important, all of a sudden it becomes global news. Bannon views already on viral political right. Liberal media shouted a Fox News website headline, didn't think data mining was so bad when Obama's campaign did it. So I'm not even going to go ahead and read all of that, but I'll go ahead and leave this link down here in the goddamn description. But basically what he getting into is the fact that, again, like I said, the Cambridge Analytica piece, Donald Trump kind of coming on the back of that and having his administration do the same thing. Now, do I think it's a duplicitous nature in, how they approach Trump? I do. But at the same time, I don't think either party is right, even though I understand the argument that they made prior to, like I said, is that they did it and went about it in a legal way and got it through ways and methods of authorization. But I'm not for selling people's data, selling people information in wholesale, etc., from any company until we get a lot of this tech stuff under control, especially when it comes to AI and all of these different technologies that hoard user data. And we need to basically, it's wrong right now for me, morally and ethically. I think it should be some parameters put in place, just overall. But whatever. And let me know what y'all think, man. Barack Obama, Donald Trump, at it again. I think this is just another moment of people not understanding the doors and the pathways that have been open. Like I said, Donald Trump, I don't think he has a case here against Barack Obama. I think this is particularly kind of funny, but not considering this is where our politics and what our politics has come to. But I think Barack Obama, the Democratic Party, is also to blame here in the sense that they have opened a lot of doors. They've also done a lot of, shady stuff. So, again, let me know what y'all think, man. And go ahead, hit the like button, hit the share button, and leave a comment.